Hey guys, Vince here from the Gallatin Underground doing our Gallatin Underground Show with my co-host.
Aaron, I think it's Redfire. Today we are here with Beat Deaf.
Hello.
Hey guys, we're Beat Deaf. We're from Helena, Montana. We're going to play you guys some tunes. Thank you guys so much for having us.
Driving along, don't know where I'm headed. Cruising around downtown. Eyes up in the rearview mirror, and I don't look down. 'Cause I'm driving down these dead-end streets in my mind. You know I'm searching where they may lead me to. Eyes on the horizon, and the asphalt ends. No goals about me, and no finish line. Driving down the dead-end street in my mind. You know I'm searching to where they may lead me to. Our shadows casting lines on the ground. The sun is setting and the darkness around. 'Cause I'm driving down the dead-end streets in my mind. You know I'm searching where they may lead me to. My thoughts are swirling. There's a ditch in a mound. When I see them blocking my path, quickly turn around. Driving down the dead-end street in my mind. And you know I'm searching where they may lead me to.
Man, you guys are rad. That was awesome.
Cheers. Thank you.
That is a cool song. So what was that song called?
So that one's called Dead End. It came out on our first album. What was that 2.5 years ago? Called Trouble Times Side A. We about a year and a half after that came out with Trouble Times Side B, and we're currently working on a new Untitled album.
Yeah.
Nice. So what was that song about?
So we kind of wrote it, sometimes you have those days where you're daydreaming in your head. Essentially, this song kind of goes along with the idea that you're daydreaming in your head and you keep hitting these dead ends. You never really know where you're going and you just keep turning around over and over.
I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Totally.
So, how long have you guys been a band? Beat Deaf. That's you guys are out of Helena. We talked a little bit before the show, and you guys mentioned that you guys play a ton of gigs that are anywhere from like 2 to 4 hours long.
Yeah.
Original and cover material. But let's hear about you guys and how you guys formed and what made Beat Deaf.
Well, I'll let Tyler kick it off because he's kind of got the interesting story about how it started.
All right, well, let's see here. I moved to Helena like 6.5 years ago. I was looking for someone to jam with. And I went to the farmer's market, and there were 2 guys playing some songs I never heard before. So I was like, hey, you guys need a drummer. And we played one, like we went and jammed one time. Basically, wrote a couple songs, and we just started playing after that. And that was our first band, Lost Souls.
Yeah,
right?
And that went for about 2-ish years.
Mm-hmm.
We wrote a lot of material, played a lot of shows also. Kind of some dissolving, how bands go. We kind of had some differences. So then me and Tyler kind of started a side project, and it kind of slowly grew into Beat Deaf. And then we got to add our wonderful bass player, Corey, just shortly after he came to one of our first shows. And we were like, you play bass? Come on in.
They had to have me.
We did have to have him.
He was our number one choice.
Well, you definitely made it a better choice than choosing me.
So I don't know, what has it been? Almost 3.5
Almost
years? 4 years?
Almost
Somewhere around there.
4 years, damn.
Yeah. So
Yeah, like you said, we play a mixture of covers and original material. Our original material is probably close to 3 hours, so we could usually squeeze a whole show of originals, but you know how people like those songs they know. Let
Nice.
you know that you're a somewhat well-versed musician when you can play a song everyone recognizes.
What kind of covers do you play?
Everything from Tom Petty, Red Hot Chili Peppers, a bunch of old stuff like Brandy, Amy.
Rancid, Weezer.
Ooh.
You kind of guys jump all over
All over the map, yeah.
place.
And we also do an acoustic set. So, this is obviously our full set. Tyler plays congas and with cymbals and stuff. It's really fun to see people's eyeballs just like, what is this? And we can play in the corner of a small little brewery or something. It's really nice to be well versed because obviously a lot of places can't have you just full set.
Sure.
yeah, my cymbals are pretty sweet. I don't know if you can see them, but you can bend them. So you can
that's
play them
cool.
with your hands, and they don't hurt. So you can just switch it over.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's what kind of cymbals are those?
Double AX Sabian explosion crashes. They're pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So usually we talk about everybody's gear a little bit and kind of, giving the audience an idea of what's making your sound your sound. So,
Totally.
let's start off with you, Joey, and
All right.
see.
So-
You can talk about your gear and what made you choose it and what you like about it and what you don't.
Yeah, so about a year-ish ago, I went all digital. So I have an amp modeler. This one's called a GE300. It's a Chinese company called Moore. It's really great. We used to play with our big full amps. I have a whole shed full AC-15, matchless, bunch of stuff. Don't get to play it out because it's too loud. So I switched to the amp modeling, and I use a matchless amp as well as a TH30 orange cab and a stereo rig. Then I play through most of the time this PRS Custom 24, but I also really love my Telly, which is sitting back there. I'll probably play that toward the end. I got a whole host of guitars, but you can't play them all, which is a bummer.
That's true.
That one you're playing right now looks really pretty.
And that's kind of the aesthetic I bought it for, is the quilted maple, and then I got these Dark Moon pickups. They're custom from New York because they're abalone and they match, and I was like, ooh, gotta have it.
Oh, that's cool.
Gotta have it. You know how gear acquisition syndrome goes. You're never fully done.
Right. So, let's hear about your setup there, Corey.
Sure, yeah. Three main things for me. Music Man basses. This is Sterling. Stingrays are awesome. Bongos
He
are all
has about
great. I got
7.
them all. But the Sterling, it's light. I love it. The amp AccuGroove El Huapo, beautiful. And then my
What?
dark glass pedals. The Alpha Omega.
Dark glass?
Dark glass, yeah. From Finland.
Cool.
Damn, well, you get some pretty awesome tone from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Thank
really
you.
it's really clean. It's got like a good round sound.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Gives us our punchy low end.
Nice. So Tyler, let's hear about your kit and what you like about your drums.
All right. Well, I got this kit when I was 16, so I won't do the math, but it's like 2002, something like that. So I've used the same one. Got a new snare, the Black Beauty, but all the cymbals are the original except for these two new crash ones that bend. So I've had the same kit for a long time. It's been pretty sweet, lasted a long time. It's a Sonar Remo.
Sonar isn't that the brand that Stone and Way uses as well?
I think so. Yeah, when I watched their Gallatin Underground, I think they had one.
Yeah, I think it is. That's cool. So
Yeah.
similar taste in drums. That's awesome.
Vintage
Yeah.
now.
Totally vintage, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's hear another song. What do you guys got for us next?
This next one's called Ghost Towns. This is more of our like country folkish vibe. We throw in some harmonicas every once in a while to keep it fresh. So
Sweet.
this one is called Ghost Towns.
We all try to escape the ghost towns in our life. Leave them all behind like they're nowhere. We all try to pass this dust on the trail of what we call life. Marching through this desolate wasteland. Broken buildings torn down by time. The ashes blowing in the breeze. Wind whispers the words of the voiceless. We all try to escape the ghost towns in our lives. Leave them all behind like they're nowhere. We all try to pass the dust on the trail of what we call life. Stools are all kicked over. The bottles are smashed on the floor. And that's right where she was standing when I knew we were no more. We all tried to escape the ghost towns in our life. Leave them all behind like they're nowhere. We all tried to pass the dust on the trail of what we call life. Well, hey, my friends, listen. You don't know what is in store when everyone you know is broken. You can feel your heart is sore. We all try to escape the ghost towns in our lives. Leave them all behind like they're nowhere. We all try pass the dust on the trail of what we call life.
Man, I gotta say, I really love that harmonica.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. It's really good to throw in especially for our acoustic set. It's really
Yeah.
nice, kind of give it another flavor, so to speak.
So you guys are from Helena. Could you tell us like the music scene out there is like?
So it's interesting. Like most of the bands around Helena are mostly cover bands, so it's kind of nice. We're kind of a treat. There's obviously an underground original scene as well. I mean, we're finally starting to break into some of the places to play, but most of the time people like to hear the same songs that are always heard. But it's great to kind of do both.
Yeah.
Nice. What are some of your favorite places to play out there?
Okay, so one big one is we love the Lewis and Clark Brewing Company. Shout out to Justin and Greg; those guys are awesome. We play kind of everywhere, every little hole in the wall. So like all the other breweries, the Blackfoot, Copper Furrow, it's kind of squeeze ourselves anywhere. 10 Mile Creek is another one. Some of the bars, Jester's Bar used to be really big for music. Kind of changed management a few years ago, so they've kind of done less shows, but still always really fun. We got to play with P. Lander Z.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
at Jester's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was awesome.
It was a blast their show. We all got to go up on stage
Yeah.
with them and stuff. But yeah, so pretty much everywhere we can squeeze in, and we tour all over. We like to, pop to little towns. We love Sealy Lake, Montana. We love
nice.
Red Lodge. We definitely love going and playing the small towns because people really appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's super cool. So it sounds like you guys have had a really fun time with your musical career so far, and you guys have been in a lot of places and done a lot of things in kind of a short time. You guys have an incredible amount of music in that time that you guys play, so you must feel pretty accomplished as musicians.
I mean, I guess a little
Yeah,
bit. It's more just for the fun of it, obviously. Like, we just love, every day, like last night I had to skip practice because wife was sick and baby was, and you kind of lose a piece of your soul and you're like, I don't get to go play music. It's like, that's how I fill my tank.
I think that's how a lot of us fill our tanks. I mean, it's a release. It's something you're out there, you're having a good time with your friends. You can forget about the world for a minute and just enjoy what you do.
Totally agree. Yeah, it's like a lot of people are asking like, oh, how much money did you make? What this, and that, and we're like, we just bank all the money in case we need to, crash at an Airbnb or something.
Yeah, I guess so. That's where we're different. We take all the money we make and put it back into our band.
Yeah.
And so that's how we've been able to pay for our 2 albums, or if we go stay somewhere for an Airbnb, instead of taking the cash ourselves, we just put it into a band fund.
Yeah, we got to
That's
upgrade
cool.
our equipment over time. Lots of interesting
Funding our hobbies, what we call it.
Well, I mean, as long as it's not costing you a bunch of money and you're actually, making a little bit to have some gear to play with, and that's definitely cool.
Exactly, like maybe a little merch here and there. It's like, I think most of our merch we've given away because people are like, dude, that shirt's sweet. I'm like, here, man,
Just
have
take
it.
the stickers.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So you guys say you got 2 albums out, or did I mishear you there?
So essentially we kind of have 2 halves to one album. So it's called Troubled Time, which is kind of a play on Beat Deaf. Beat Deaf is a genetic, or it's a psychological and neurological condition where you physically can't dance to a rhythm. So that's kind of,
I might suffer from that.
I think you
and
do.
lots of people do. Normally those are the people who are outgoing and don't really care that much. I think that's why a lot of people don't dance and stuff anymore, because they're afraid they're going to get posted on the internet and things like that. But yeah, so we have Troubled Time side A and side B, and they're both like 6 songs apiece.
Yeah.
Cool. So you got a couple albums out there. We'll make sure to get the links in your guys' page there so that everybody can find them.
Yeah.
And then you said you guys are already working on planning a 3rd album?
Yeah, so we're going to do a self-produced album this next one. I mean, we already have all the equipment and stuff after upgrading over time. We've been kind of dipping our toes in the pool of recording and stuff, and I think we're ready to give it a shot. Me and Tyler's first band, we did a self-produced album, and it turned out pretty good. So I think
That's cool.
we're quite a bit further along in our musical journey.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, you got to start somewhere, and it's just one piece at a time. And the more familiar you get with the equipment, the better you're going to make it sound. And you're also going to become better as a musician and understand what you're doing wrong because you're able to hear it a lot better. And And I think that's a great progression for a band. It's a good band move.
Totally. Thank you.
So what is like one of your like favorite moments playing live?
There's so many.
What about Smelter City Brewery when the bachelor party came in
Yep.
Man.
and just took control of the whole crowd?
So Smelter
Sounds
City
fun.
is this
In
really
Anaconda.
small brewery
Yeah.
in Anaconda. And it's like probably 30 chairs or so. And these like 7 dudes came in, just
Slammed.
whooped the whole place up. Danced with my wife, tipped her over. Like this guy was dancing and like knocked our whole merch table over. He like slayed on the floor and slowly picked it all up.
And it's
It
a
was
brewery. It's not
Came
a
and sang a
bar.
song. Yeah,
It's
that's
5
the thing.
o'clock in the,
Yeah.
like 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
They were obviously pre-gaming.
Yeah.
But what we played the Bob Marshall Music Festival two times. We didn't have it last year, this last year because of COVID and stuff. But,
Yeah.
And then the one other place we really love to play is the filling station in Sealy Lake. So it's just a bar right on the main strip there. And we
Wait,
played
there's
this-
more than one filling station?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But so we played this snowblind party, and it was like it's like in the middle of the winter. It's like 4 feet of snow outside, so it just had like 100 people crammed in. Little
Falling
tiny-
over. Was that
falling
like
over.
10 o'clock? There were people falling over. Just
Fell on my guitar, didn't break it, but it was fun.
Yeah.
So you guys must really enjoy meeting other people and just go out there and completely unknown and give it your all. I mean, it sounds like
yeah.
you're just troopers.
Oh, that's what we love.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not going to
cool.
remember your name, but I'll remember how much fun we had together.
Let's see your face again. I'll remember. Yeah.
Oh, how about we hear another one, guys?
All right, cool. This next one's called Hang Glider. I wrote it for my dad. He passed away about 8 years ago, and he used to fly around and do hang gliding stuff. He moved to Hawaii to do it for his career, so this one goes out to him.
Cool.
Stepping up to the cliffside, leaping to fly. The phalange rushes me away in the bright sunlight, dancing through the sky. Updrafts provide my glide, up in the clouds adrifting. My spirits are uplifted, up with the birds, wafting on the breeze, at a loss for words, high above the trees, crushing mountain peaks, flying high away, moving along on this hang glider. People running all over through the crazy world. The sky is so blue and clear here, blowing gusts and swirls. But the landing moves under my wings. On the wind, it's so peaceful, and no scares or worries up here. Coming down is my fear. Up with the birds, wafting on the breeze, at a loss for words, high above the trees, crushing mountain peaks, flying high away, moving along
hang glider.
Really like that one. It was like catchy and like emotional, and like
Nice,
you could just
thanks.
really feel the power behind that one. I'm curious about like what are you guys' like top artists who influenced your sound?
Corey, you want to start?
Yeah, so like The Clash, Sublime, just ska, reggae, Motown for me anyway. Funk, Bootsy, Larry Graham, Sly.
He could go for hours.
Yeah, that's why we said go first, Corey. See if he names everything. Definitely Red Hot, a lot of the 90s stuff, Zeppelin, all that. That's why I like the deeper tones on the toms. But basically anything I hear, I try to apply if I like it, you know?
Yeah. So especially lately, once we got Spotify and stuff, we did like that Discover Weekly, and that's kind of made our sound kind of go all over.
Going
the
down in the
place.
rabbit hole.
Exactly. Like bands like Spafford, Pigeons playing ping pong, like tons of like kind of like up and incoming artists, and it's like it's a really good time to listen to bands. Like there's a brand new one we just listened to, Shaky Feelin', and they're kind of all over the place as well. So we kind of take a lot of those influences and try to expand our horizons as much as possible.
Nice. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, I think right now you were gonna tell the audience how to get on the show and stuff.
Oh, okay. So if you're an artist, musician, comedian, or like small business owner, whatever, and you want to get on our show, like it's really easy. You just go to our website, www.theguradio.com, and you go to the artist submission form, fill that out, send it to us, and we'll be in touch.
It really was easy. We were able to do it.
Thanks,
So
Well, that's good. Good to know that you guys went through the process and it wasn't that hard.
oh, absolutely. You guys are super easy to work with, and that's not to say that everyone is easy. So
Well, thank you. We appreciate that a lot. So there's a question that we really like to ask bands, and
getting deep.
I feel like we haven't asked
I love
this
asking
question in a
this
while.
question, but I'm gonna let Aaron ask it today.
Okay. Who is the diva of the band?
Corey.
Corey.
I honestly don't know why they're saying
Corey
that.
under the bus.
Hey, Corey, how many bases you got?
Oh, 16? What, does that make me a diva?
No.
I mean, no, but maybe.
Talk about how long it took for him to sound check and get his monitors right.
True.
The drummer, Tyler.
Good point.
Are we talking about while we play or outside the band? Yeah.
I think we're talking about in general, just like the most diva-ish, the guy that just always needs the attention, that's always got to have everything right, that can never make it, but always has a reason and expects the band to
Corey
deal with the problems.
Just kidding. Actually, I think Tyler kind of nailed it. It kind of depends on what facet we're in. If we're in a band scenario, it's probably Tyler who's picky. We're in a party scenario, it's usually Corey who's the face and the name, and then every other time it's me being a little jerk. Want it my way.
Well, it sounds to me like you're the diva then.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. We always try to say we're a band without a front man, but somebody has to be the front man.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate that you all sing. Like, it's super cool.
Yeah, it wasn't that way at first.
No, I had to. So basically, I had to convince him to be a front man, really.
Yeah, because in our other band, we were just kind of we were the rhythm section, and there was a different guy who was the front man. And
I was like, you can sing, do it.
But he nails it. He got the hang of it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
oh, thanks, guys.
That's really cool. So, I mean, it's obviously been a work in progress, and you guys didn't really have like a crazy set idea in stone before the band. You just kind of formed, started jamming, and
totally.
decided you love playing music together.
I guess my favorite part of the band is like we're not real picky. Someone plays something and then you add whatever you want for your part. There's not like a lot of control, which makes it super nice. Because
Unless I
I've
don't
definitely
like it.
tried to play with some people and they're like, "No, I want this.
Diva.
I want this rhythm," and I'm like, "Wow, okay. I don't want to be a machine though."
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's important to have like that flexibility in a band where, you can all say, it's not about me for this moment. I got to step back and just be part of the band, because it's not just about one person generally. Some bands are that way, and I hope I'm not in one of them.
Right. Same. Any band that has a person's name as the band, I don't ever want to be in that kind of band. It's just hard to be, because then it's like, then it is about you, right? It's like your name, and or if you're jumping on, like you're just kind of the faceless band. Unless you have like a name like Joey and the Deafs or something, then you at least have
The Deafs.
At least you have a name, you know.
What are some of the band names that didn't make it when you were
we
first
did
starting
We had
out?
a bunch,
many.
like The Juice, Leftovers. There was
The
like a
Juice?
whole list. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I
just-
really wanted to do an album called Worth the Squeeze, so I tried to just like find a way, and then it didn't work out.
Tell me some more. They were named and made up when
Before-
they
Yeah,
got made.
before
So
he was there.
What do you-
Yeah, we
what
played
about-
what,
what
3 shows without Corey, maybe.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
like within a couple weeks of our other
Yeah.
band dissolving, we played a show.
Yeah.
It was interesting because we were put on the bill as our old band name, and our
Oh.
and the other guy
Yeah.
showed up.
Oh yeah, it was not good.
And we were playing our own stuff. It was
real
interesting.
awkward.
It was interesting.
Well, yeah, I think we'll. If you guys got a back-to-back for us, we'll go ahead and hammer out a couple more songs, and then we'll start wrapping up our show. Let you guys give some shout-outs, thank you, goodbyes, and then probably play another song. So,
Perfect.
for these next 2 songs, what do you guys think you're gonna play here?
What do you want to do?
So there's one called Lampen. We wrote it. It's kind of a meta song about partying at our bass player's house.
Nice.
And then,
Lamping
you
in
guys
the
want- You guys
Funkatorium.
want to do AM or are we busy?
AM.
All right. So then we're gonna do one AM, and it's about waking up this morning to drive to Bozeman.
The morning after the party.
Yep.
Nice. Well, we really appreciate you guys driving over here after party
I
the next
appreciate
show.
it.
No
Drinking
problem.
them
No problem. Well, like I said, we love to travel and get out of town and meet new people and everything. So
Well, cool. Let's hear it.
Pour the drinks down, that is the mission. Thoughts all around, all out in the kitchen. likes to wake up early in the morning. In the morning, the sun comes through my window. It kisses me on the forehead. Coffee's on, ready to start my day over. But in the morning sunlight shining down on me, 'cause at the daybreak it will set me free. Dawn breaks and frost on the panes. Dreams of last night melt away. Just breathing that dew chill there. The sunlight to just stop and stare. But in the morning sunlight shining down on me, 'cause at the daybreak it will set me free. Tyler Kano, everybody. Morning tide and it's on the radio. Cool calmness, nightfall is gone. Just wake up and smell the roses. The daylight is now upon us. And in the morning sunlight shining down on me, 'cause at the daybreak it will set me free. Good morning.
Well, thanks, guys. That was super awesome.
Absolutely.
Playing that back to back and
Yeah.
just coming out here in general. We appreciate that you guys are willing to drive all the way over here from Helena. We know it's icy roads. It's not always the best time, but we really appreciate you guys coming out and visiting.
Well, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having us.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We'll make sure we tell everyone about it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, we know a lot of original people would love to come do this out there. So,
Totally.
Yeah.
Send them our way.
I was gonna say, it's really great that you guys are kind of like propping up the original music community. It's like,
Yeah.
we need more people like that because,
Yeah.
like we said, the culture in Helena is kind of hard to break out of that like cover scene. But I think we're finally kind of coming back.
Yeah.
That's good news. I mean, I think it's exciting to see new and upcoming bands, and that was kind of the whole reason we created this. I mean, little backside on our end, we were just sitting there drinking one night, Aaron and I, and Aaron goes, maybe we should just go around and record bands and interview them.
Yeah, I remember specifically when I came up with the idea, I was drinking at the Outpost, and like I can't remember if it was over a Bloody Mary or a double whiskey Coke, but it just like I'm like, how come no one's doing this? We should do this. And then the first person I thought to like let know was this guy right here.
So like I said, we were drinking and stuff, and decided, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do it. So we decided on a date, and it was like the New Year's, and said, yeah, let's really do it. So we didn't talk about it or do anything for I don't know, several months.
Yeah.
And then like a week before the date that we had decided, Aaron calls me up and goes, so do you want to do this? And I'm like,
Yeah. Guess so.
yeah, I guess let's do it. So here we are. We just hit over 50,000 views on our site. We really appreciate everybody checking that out and logging in, listening to the music. We just got our ASCAP licensing, so we're allowed to play legally everybody's music. So that's pretty exciting. And so we're still primarily focusing on underground bands, trying to stay away from those more recognized pop songs like what you mentioned before. But with our live stream series that we started out, if you are a cover band, you are welcome to get out on our live stream show and show the world what you do. Cool. With the Gallatin Underground Show, we definitely want to promote you and your band and your original material, and that's really what it's about is putting a name out there for the little guys. And so it's been really fun and a wild ride. So I want to thank everybody who's made that possible, and thank you guys for making it possible by playing your music and doing what you do. So on to that, you guys have any shout outs, thank yous, people who've supported you, somebody you want to recognize?
Ooh, so I guess we definitely got to give a shout out to the three ladies of the band, essentially the unofficial official members, Delaney, Heather, and Catherine. I mean, without them, we couldn't do it. And they put up with all of our annoying hijinks, even if they take away our knife privs.
That'll happen sometimes, yeah.
But yeah, other than that, like everybody who's ever invited Beat Def to come play. Oh yeah,
Garg and Martha.
We got to give a shout out to Garg and Martha. They let us. Yeah. Everybody who's our hometown crowd. They come to every show and they always support. You couldn't do it without them either.
That's awesome. It's really exciting when you get that hometown support, and people are coming out to see you and what you guys do, and the next thing you know, they're singing your songs, and you're like, they know the words.
It's really funny. So we've started putting a lot of posters up around town. A lot of people they're like, have you heard of the band Beat Def? And I'm like, yeah, I've heard of them. It's really funny.
Why didn't you name me like that?
Oh, I don't know. I just switched the camera to you and didn't tell you. So
how could you? This is outrageous.
Well, this show is outrageous, but we do it anyway.
So we did shout outs.
I guess we're on to goodbyes. So
yeah,
let's go ahead and hear your last song. Thank you again so much for coming out. Is there any last things you guys would like to say before we hear your last song?
No, this last song, it's called Trail Dust. It's about hiking out in the mountains. I'm sure everybody from around here knows all about that. Yeah. It's going to come out on our new album, so stick around for that. Thank you guys again so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
It's getting in my to Gallatin Underground. Thank you guys so much for having me.